Hey guys, this is Miss West. This week we're moving into graphing. So hopefully by now you have this sheet or a sheet that looks similar in front of you. And we're going to fill this out together. So we're going to kind of talk through it and go through how this would look in the classroom if you were doing this with me in the class. So at the top of your sheet it says 5.G.1 graphing ordered pairs. So I know some of you guys on your problem of the day books and things like this have already gone over this, so this should be rather easy. I'm going to bring the computer up a little bit closer so that way you guys can kind of see the I can statement if I can figure out my directions here. So it says, I can understand how to graph ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. And this is just one of the two standards that we're going to be talking about this week. I have our directions right here, and I also have our table right here. And like I said, the sheet that you have in front of you right now should look very similar to this. So when we talk about graphing ordered pairs, the first thing that we have to talk about is what is an ordered pair. An ordered pair is two numbers inside of a set of parentheses, and together these two numbers make up an ordered pair. Most of the time, this ordered pair will be placed on a graph. Your graph is going to look like this right down here at the bottom, and I'll bring you guys a little closer just so you can see a little bit better. As you can see on our graph, our vertical axis right here, that means that it's going up and down. It is called the y-axis, and our horizontal axis right here is at the x-axis. You will need to know those two names and kind of be familiar with where both of those are found on the graph. In the 5th grade, we only graph in the first quadrant. So typically you're only going to see graphs that look like this, which makes it a whole lot easier for you guys. Our chart right here, you can see that up at the top, our problem is y equals 2x plus 2. And this is really kind of getting into the algebra part of geometry, where you'll learn about this more in 6th grade. What they have looked at is they have placed random numbers as x and then solved the equation to get y. So our first x is 0. So 2 times x, so 2 times 0 is 0, plus 2 gives us 2, which is our first y. So if I want to make that 0, 2 into an ordered pair, what I'm going to have to do is I am going to carry my 0 over here to my very first blank, and I'm going to put my 0 right there, and then I'm going to put my 2 over here in the second blank. So as we're going along with this, you're going to want to fill in the sheet with me as I do it, okay? If you feel like that you're good and you've got this on your own, go ahead and take time to fill out the rest of these and then just check your answers with me as I go, okay? So again, first number is x. That's always going to go in the left of your ordered pair. So you can go ahead and put the 1 here. Our 4 is our y. It's going to go in the right side of the ordered pair, okay? Our 2 is our x, our 6 is our y, so our ordered pair is 2, 6. Our 3 is our x, our 8 is our y, our ordered pair is 3, 8. Our 4 is our x, and our 10 is our y. Our ordered pair is 4, 10. So now, check your answers with mine as I bring you a little bit closer so that way you guys can see. Make sure that your x's match mine, and make sure that your y's match mine. Okay? Now we're going to take a little bit of time to look at our directions over here. It says to graph ordered pairs on a coordinate plane. What's very important to know is that this down here is also called a coordinate plane. Most of you guys just know it as a graph. Okay? But these are also coordinate planes. The first direction says that you have to start at 0. But the important thing to note here is that 0 is right there where both the x and the y axis intersect. But I don't see any other numbers along this graph, so we're going to have to number it as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a blue marker. That way we can go ahead and get it numbered now. And I'm going to attempt to hold my computer and do this all at the same time. Alright, I'm not a lefty, so I'm trying to write with my left hand, so just kind of bear with me. On the next line over from the 0, it's going to be a 1. On the next line, it's going to be a 2, then a 3, then a 4. Oh, hold on, I'm going to have to switch. Then we're going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so you guys should be following along with me, and your graphs should look very similar to mine. Okay, now we also have to take this and we have to go up our y-axis and label it as well. So I'm going to have to do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so your graph should be labeled by now with all of your numbers. Now, set it back down here so we can talk through this. I'm going to use the ordered pairs that I've made over here in order to plot my points. And we read over here that our first direction was to start at 0. So I know that right here at this corner is my starting place. And that's very important. We have to know where we're starting at. Direction number 2 says, use the first number in the pair, which is x, to tell you how many places you move to the right. So we're going to be going that way. Okay. Now, if I look at my first ordered pair, my first x is 0. So am I going to move to the right at all? No, I'm not. I'm going to stay right here on 0. Okay. My third direction says use the second number in the pair, y, to tell you how many places to move up. Okay. So my second number right here is 2. That means that I'm going to hop up 2 places. 1, 2. Then direction number 4 says plot the point. So I'm going to plot my point right here at 0, 2. And I'll bring you guys a little closer just so you can see. There is my point right there at 0, 2. Okay. Now, my next set of ordered pairs, I'm going to look. It is 1, 4. I'm going to follow the same set of instructions again. I'm going to start right here at 0. I'm going to move to the right first, however many times my x tells me to. On this one, my x tells me to move 1 place to the right, and it tells me to move up 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. Plot my point. Okay? Next ordered pair is 2, 6. I move to the right 2. I move up 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to plot my point right there. Okay? Now, your next one is 3, 8. I'm going to move to the right. How many times? I'm going to move to the right 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move up 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to plot my point right there. We have one last point, which is 4, 10. I'm going to move to the right 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move up 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My last point goes right here. Now, I'm going to bring you guys a little closer so you can see where all my points are plotted. Okay, they are all right there. Now, what I can also do with these points is I can actually connect each of these points. And I'm going to show you how I do that by drawing a line through them like this. So most of the time after you plot points on a coordinate graph like this, you're going to see them connected. So you can see how I've drawn the line through them. Okay. Hopefully you also have another sheet that's attached either to the back of this or you received with this sheet. It has 2 other coordinate graphs on there. You guys are going to practice with it as well. We will continue to work on this the rest of the week. We will also continue to talk about graphing in general for this week and ordered pairs. Okay? Make sure that if you have any questions, you write them down now, and then that way you can ask them when given the opportunity to. Okay?